What is that word that we use when somebody says something or calls out something and they do the very exact thing that they are calling out, or they basically do what they are criticizing? I know that there's a word for that. Oh, right. Hypocrite. Hypocrite. Yeah, that is a word. I remember that I learned that word from a Metallica song. That funny story, but for another video. In this case, we're going to talk about Michelle Obama with a video that I posted on my X account. Remember that you can follow me in the link in the description of this video. But she was talking about how black women are somehow oppressed because of their hair, or not exactly because of their hair, because of the fact that they have to straighten their hair. And that is somehow a field or a reason for, there's injustice or something like that. Well, let's hear her own words about this present topic.
As women of color, that the way our hair naturally grows out of our head, it's beautiful, but if we struggle to make it look like the standard, that means we are spending thousands of hours and lots of money straightening out what is naturally curly hair, right? And that takes time out of your life. It costs money.
All right. So, well, that is a point. If you are born with a natural curly hair, and, well, statistically, black women, most black women, not all black women, have more or less curly hair. And she's saying that, that there's such a shame that black women have to, settle for the standard or the struggle to reach this standard of beauty, I guess. And she doesn't say the word, but she said that straight hair is a standard. It shouldn't be, because women have this, and her words, natural, beautiful, curly hair. And I couldn't help but notice something. Hey, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait. There's that is a straight hair, right? And we have seen Michelle in photos that she's not exactly maybe a full afro or something, but we don't know. We know that this is not her natural hair. So that is the problem here. That is let's say the dichotomy in here. You say in her words that it's not fair, right? That black women, it's very important. Black women have to struggle for this because, I guess that there are no white women or Latinas, or, I don't know, well, Asian would be a bit more difficult, but white women who are born with a natural curly hair, that is an actual thing. So she could have perfectly said, women with a natural curly hair, and she would have been, inclusive. That her and her husband and everyone on the left, and they are about inclusivity. I'm also about inclusivity, and I think that the right approach would have been women born with natural curly hair. But no, she has to make this about race for some reason that of course, I just remember. Yeah, she has to make this about race because we know that Barack and Michelle Obama are maybe one of the greatest racists to have ever graced the land of, I don't know, civilization, perhaps, of a recorded history. I think that is a big title to be carrying on their shoulders. Their broad shoulders, at least in Michelle's case, maybe not Barack, not that much, but you understand, right? You have to keep that reputation, and maybe that's why Michelle has to go and say, this is so bad, but you have your own hair straightened. So you notice the joke in here. She says that black women shouldn't subject themselves to this struggle, trying to attain, and she says the word standard. My question is, who defines that standard? Because I remember in the 80s, there was this trend, right? The women who had their hair basically naturally straight, they had to struggle for, I don't know, hours or I don't know how much time to make it curly because, well, it was like a trend at the time. Okay, you remember Whitney Houston? Whitney Houston is black, of course, but bad example. It's just like I'm trying to remember some kind of example from that time. Maybe you can help me in the comments. You can remember an artist with natural straight hair who had to made her hair curly. That would be very helpful. But that is the same thing. It's like you have a trend and the standards change from one decade to the next. So I think that is complaining. This is making something about race that has nothing to do with race. It has with curly hair, that anybody can have curly hair. And if you think about it, every single one of us has curly hair. I'm not going to elaborate on that. I'm going to leave that as an exercise to the viewer. But let's focus on this. She's complaining about something. She has to complain about something, or she has to complain in behalf of black women who are oppressed by these impossible beauty standards, when she herself says that the curly hair is beautiful. And if she says that the curly hair is beautiful, why doesn't she, I don't know, has her hair naturally curly in full display? I think that doesn't make much sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. Just in case, I want to listen to her words again.
Here, as women of color, that the way our hair naturally grows out of our head.
Again, she's assuming that every single black woman has natural curly hair, which is not the case. Statistically, yes, the majority of black women or women of color, as she says, have natural curly hair, but it's not all of them.
It's beautiful, but if we struggle to make it look like the standard, that means we are spending thousands of hours and lots of money straightening out what is naturally curly hair, right? And that takes time out of your life. It costs money.
Well, some like take a different route and they just go for a wig, but I won't judge. I think the thing that should be judged is the said standard. I mean, who sets that standard? Because one thing, if life has taught me anything, is that we cannot change many stuff from our bodies. We're born the way that we were born, and that's it. But I'm pretty sure that there are people out there that will like, even love and adore us for, well, how we look. It's that simple. You just have to make sure to meet enough people to make that, that probability higher. That's it. So it doesn't matter if you have naturally straight hair or curly hair, or you are black, white, blue, golden. I don't know. It doesn't matter if your eyes are brown or green. There will be somebody out there that's gonna like you and fancy you and say, "Oh my God, this girl, this boy is hot." They're gonna say that. So maybe you just have to be yourself. But let me know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Power Pundit. Much love and bliss.